Nicholas Latifi has had a very disappointing 2022 season so far, and with his contract ending this year, rumors of F2 World Champion Oscar Piatri taking his seat could very much be true. In this video, we will be looking at Nicholas Latifi's current contract situation and how his seat may be at risk. So let's get started. The 2022 season is well underway, so teams will be looking at their lineups for next year, but it looks that Williams team principal Jost Capito will be leaving the decision for the end of the season. "We have got contracts for this year," he said. "We stick to our drivers and we're convinced Nicky will find the confidence in the car through the season and his results will be better." However, when asked about Piastri, Capito replied, "Oscar for sure is ready to go into F1. I think he's one of the list for sure. There's still time for Nicholas Latifi to improve." Capito has shown many times that he still has a lot of belief in the Canadian to find his form. The car can't be blamed for his performance. His teammate Alex Albon has managed to score twice this season. One of those point-scoring finishes being in Australia, where he managed to pull it off with just one stop at the end of the race. Latifi's best qualifying result this season has been 18th. He has been very much off the pace of Albon this season, which has closed down his hope of taking a leadership role he wished to have after departing of George Russell. Canada hasn't been represented in F1 too well this season. Not only has Latifi been on poor form, so has Aston Martin driver Lance Stroll. Luckily for Lance Stroll, his dad owns the team he races for, so he probably has very little risk of losing his seat. Nicholas Latifi also has a very wealthy father, but unfortunately his dad Michael has large amounts of money invested in McLaren and not Williams, so he doesn't have the protection of his seat like Lance. After the Imola Grand Prix, Latifi admitted that a lack of confidence in his Williams car has left him with a very dangerous feeling, not in terms of safety but in his level of trust in the FW44. "Since Saudi, I just haven't had a great feeling with the car, even before the crashes. Any driver will say when you don't trust the car underneath you and what it's going to do, it's going to be a very dangerous thing. I don't mean in the aspect of safety, I mean the car catching you out, having incidents and just not being comfortable to push to the limit. Even when the pace is relatively okay or strong, it's not necessarily that I have the feeling. We all know confidence is such a major factor in Formula 1. If you don't have confidence, you can't push to the limit, which can make you miss out on your true pace." Latifi knows this, and it seems to be his main concern. Latifi has also admitted he's aware of his current contract situation. It seems he knows that he'll need to improve. "I definitely need to improve my performance," Latifi said. "I'd be lying if I told you that my place in the team is secure. I'm aware that the situation must change." It definitely seems that he has been shook since Saudi Arabia, as he added another comment about how his performance was affected after the second race of the season. "I admit that since the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, I have not had a good feeling in the car." Latifi also commented about the car after the Canadian Grand Prix qualifying. "The conditions were very tricky today. The car felt better in FP3 to be honest." He went on to tell us the issues with the car in qualifying. "I just didn't get that feeling in quali. I was having a lot of issues with the brakes when already the grip is so poor with the full wet tires. I think no one wants to drive on the full wet tires. You prefer to be on the inters, but the track conditions weren't suitable for that. You don't have the grip in the corners, and then I had no trust that the car was stopping. I think I ran deep into and cut a few corners, maybe like 7 or 6 times, which is not great and obviously very disappointing." Teammate Alex Albon managed to qualify 12th, 6 places in front of him. Latifi has definitely been one of the drivers struggling in the new generation of cars. Latifi has never really been a top-tier driver, only finishing in the points twice, with one being the rained-off Belgium. His best finish in a racing series being second in the F2 2019 season. Before coming to Formula 1, Latifi didn't have a great history with karting championships or junior Formula success either. His racing career only started in his teenage years, whereas other drivers would have started at much younger ages, such as 6 years old. Latifi's financial backing helped him get his seat due to the Williams family needing it for the team to stay alive. The financial backing Latifi brings to the team may not be enough to keep him on the team anymore. Williams ownership has changed, and while the Williams family needed his financial support to keep the team running, the new owners, Darlington Capital, do not. Not only is Oscar Piatri linked with a seat, but Dutch Formula E star Nick de Vries has also been linked with a team. Nick has been in the Williams car this season, putting in a shift in free practice at the Spanish Grand Prix. He's not only the reigning Formula E World Champion, but also a Formula 2 World Champion. He's also a part of the Mercedes family, unlike Piastri, who's part of Alpine. This could potentially put him ahead in the race for the seat due to Williams being Mercedes-powered. Although it seems sadly he's missed his bus, Piastri seems to lead the race due to his youth, and De Vries doesn't seem too concerned with Formula One rumors currently, but doesn't deny that Formula One is the dream. Oscar Piatri has had a seat fit for Williams, but the team brushed the rumors off as just in case of a third option. It seems Piastri may actually be ahead of De Vries in terms of getting a Formula One seat, most likely a Williams seat. Many argue he deserved a seat instead of Zhou Guanyu this season. Alpine will really be looking to try to loan Piastri to Williams as they believe he's a serious talent for the future, and with Esteban Ocon with a few years left in his contract along with Fernando Alonso, who may be the oldest but is at top form and likely to sign a new deal. Piastri's Williams spell would mean he could develop and perfect his skills for a big move to Alpine. It can't all be blamed on confidence or the car. Latifi will need to improve, or it looks to be that he'll be making the way for Oscar Piastri to take over in 2023, or maybe De Vries. Let's know what you think in the comments. Should Latifi keep his seat, De Vries or Piastri?